This is some real talk or things are happening in more the spirit world, topics and stuff more like people just ain't talking about for so many different reasons. Because of those reasons, though, other people don't really talk about those topics, but those reasons do not apply to me. So don't think they don't talk about, I will talk about. Is a huge scam going around between the physical world and the spirit world. This scam did not start today. This scam did not start yesterday or last week or last year or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years or 50 years or 100 years or 200 years or 300 years, 400 years or 500 years. This scam been going around a very long time. Over 50% of the human population is in on this scam. Not everybody, but over 50%. That's a lot. Here's one part of that scam. When negative spirits are around you, or you can call them ghosts around you. Now, going by on so many more like books and things off TV, how they see more like from their point of view. Most of the time they show you from their third point of view, but mainly that's not the point of view they're really looking at you. They are really looking at you from like your point of view, the first point of view. They are using your eyes to see exactly what you're seeing. It doesn't matter what you believe is around you spiritually. Whatever it is, what you believe, they are using your eye to see exactly what you are looking at. Now, there's a lot of more people out there don't want you to know about that information for many reasons. I mean, you know what I mean? Things you actually look with your eyes out here. Like from the things when you first wake up, different activity out your days and night, and to even down like when you find them like fall asleep. There's a long list of many things you look with your eyes. To things your mind more like telling people, to things you do mind telling people. All these things and more that you're seeing, they see as well. Now, when they are looking at things at your point of view, they do more than just look. They take that information and then they're going to turn it against you. So if it's something more like you have looked on TV or something more like you have seen, they're going to use that to attack you with and then want to do other things to you with. But it do not stop there. More like different tacking and doing things against you. And let them want to be doing different controlling things on you on the information you be getting with your eyes. Not just that as well, they be using more like your other sense as well. They be using your ears to hear what you hear. They're using your taste to taste what you taste. They're using your smell to smell what you smell. They're using your touch to touch what you touch. And they do tamper with your sixth sense as time. Those who are very sensitive, really more sense the things around them and reading different things, they get all in there. Twisting up the actual message and the vibration to something else. So you got to be aware of the tamper with your sixth sense. Now, they don't stop there. Oh no, they do not stop there. Now, with all your five senses and plus they are using just like the way you using them. Now, determine one where you come across, they're going to take that information and send it to them direct self, to the physical self. They're going to send that information to themselves. Or they're going to send it to someone they know. So it could be something you really don't want no one to know, but they're going to send it to. You ever know you come across a person and more like they know something about you, and you wonder how do they know this information about you? Like topics that nobody else are around, or more topics you have not talked about no one. So yes, they literally want to send that information to someone, to themselves, and then want they get the information from there. This is one of the many ways is the more like the negative spirits and negative psychics be getting your information. And I literally mean psychics. That could be more like your neighbor, someone in town, someone in the city, someone in the country, in the state, someone more like in another one like a state, someone on the planet, someone on TV, or someone right on your cell phone you directly seen. If you have sat down and watched more like a TV show or more like a movie or anything, you have sit down and watched like a large proportion of it, and more like when you fell asleep into the dream, more like that certain more like person or actor, or just more like anybody more like from what you're looking at is and more like is into your dream, it's the 50% a chance that individual more like person is actually them. And of course, it could be more like someone else as well. the negative spirits and psychics do like to come in your dreams and pose as other people. But at times, there is actually the actual more like person. And I mean actually the actual person you are looking at a long period of time. Now, of course, if you directly want to come forward to more like these people and talk about, oh, you was in my dream and stuff, of course, they're going to deny it and stuff. They will play into the normal stuff. A lot of more like the physical world be telling you. So yes, it is a 50% chance that it could be them. It doesn't mean it's always them. If you watch something a long period of time, it's just a 50-50. If somehow you see any more like person from that show, actor, musician, no matter who it is, you watch a long period of time, it's just a 50-50. Don't be aware of things you've been watching a long period of time. The negative spirits, negative psychic, they do be studying you, researching you, using your memory inwards and outwards to keep up things about you. And as well, they be messing through all your different feelings and other more like things inwards and outwards of you. So that might be aware of that. And they do more like a can go in your dreams. I heard different story more like a ghost or spirit can get into your dreams. But I didn't hear so many stories more like an actual psychic. I mean, literally a psychic again can get into your dreams. Yeah, they can literally get in your dreams and do a long list of many things towards you. Now, of course, they as well might be using different ways to practice to oppose as someone. That's why I told you more like before, it's a 50-50. The individual you actually seeing from watching such one, it's a chance. But as well, the other negative spirits like do practice posing as different people that they believe more like you will like in one way or another. So yes, it could literally be more like your neighbor. And again, over 50% of the human population is indeed on this scam. It's a whole lot more things are going on with this physical world and this spirit world scam. This is just one out of many. Here's another thing into this scam. The good luck and bad luck, the stuff you've been programmed since day one, is definitely more like it's a scam. You start believing good luck and bad luck going by the families and friends and things and other things around you, program you to believe into the good luck and bad luck. When you have that pulsing fit into your right eye, that's good luck. When you have that pulsing fit into your left eye, that's bad luck. I used to believe in that too the whole time when I was spiritual sleep. Then I got spiritual wake and I found out the truth about it. In my room, I was laying down and I could really feel the vibration and wave from the negative spirits and psychics since I was spiritual wake. And one day more like a negative, more like psychic, sent a negative energy throughout my brain, and the energy went into more like into a vein right straight to my left eye, and then I started having the pulsing feeling right then. And that feeling was the same feeling I feel when you think you're gonna get bad luck. And it didn't send more like that bad luck feeling going by the actions I did to a person directly around me or the things I did. They did it because they believed they should get some revenge. Now, since you already programmed to believe in the good luck and bad luck going by the pulsing feelings, the negative psychic will reuse this. So belief is very important and it is powerful. So when you have that pulsing feeling to your left eye, do not believe it. This is from a negative spirit, negative psychic. Yeah, once you stop believing, that causes everything to look a lot more better on your end. Especially when you're not believing. Because you believe, it does other things to the brain. If you're not aware to detect these negative spirits and psychic, they're trying to control the good luck and bad luck around you. Take a look at what you did today. Take a look at what you did last week. Take a look at what you did more like last month. Those things you did, were those good intention or bad intention? These rules alone can help you out to identify is this real or not. If the what you did more was a bunch of good stuff, more the last day, last week, last month, and you starting to get bad luck, then yes, that's a negative spirit and psychic is forcing it on you. Be aware of that. There are more stuff to this and a long list of other things that are going out here that people ain't talking about. But on this, that would do it for this one. If you want to hear a more longer, a more detailed version, more like of this topic or any other topic, go to www.youtube.com/officialmysticvale1. Over there, I talk about these things. So go there and check me out on YouTube if you're curious about these topics. And of course, more like I see y'all again, more like over here, or I see you over there. On that, I'll catch y'all next time.